Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Today is my first update in the #Partners in Cream project. This is the second year that I am doing this, and it's the second year that they have done this. This was created by DaLin over at Outward Processing and Steph Lyons. I will have both Steph and DaLin's links down below so you can go check them out, as well as the master playlist so you can go binge watch all of those who are doing this project. It is a year-long project where we focus on our cream and liquid products. Basically, the only thing that is not allowed in this project is powder. And this is a personal project in that we set our own goals on how we want to do this project, how many items we want to roll in, and how long we want to do this for. As long as it meets the criteria of not being a powder product, it is fair game. Last year I did this and I did not do any type of skincare. I did roll in a skincare this year, and so I increased my active number from 4 to 6 to accommodate for that skincare item and still work on the products in my collection. One other thing, they did stipulate that we can do a quarterly refresh, so every quarter we can switch something out if we're not liking that item, if it's not working for us, maybe it's gone bad. For whatever reason, we can switch out an item and bring in a new one or completely refresh our whole project, however you want to do it. That's what I like about this project, is it is such a personal project. Since I brought up the fact that I had brought in skincare into this project for this year, let's go over my one skincare item. So I did have the Deep Comfort body butter in a project last year, but I wasn't quite successful in completing the cream. And so I rolled it into Partners in Cream last month, and when I brought it in, it weighed 97 grams. To date, it weighs 57 grams, and I have completely panned this. I really like this. When I brought it in, I thought I could either just use it on my hands, like I had been when I first started panning this, or I can use it as a all-over body butter. And I was just using it on my hands, and then I had left my body cream in my bedroom, and this was in the bathroom. So after a shower, this is what I used, and I finished it up. In its place, I rolled in another skincare item, and that was my Papa Recipe Eggplant Cleansing Mud Mask. I really like this mud mask. I think it is a pretty decent mud mask. I found that it stung my eyes, which is unfortunate. I do my mud masks in the shower, but I don't usually have any type of, anything running into my eyes, at least that I have noticed before, but I did notice it with this, that it did kind of an irritation. So, but as for a mask, it truly is a really good mask. After I completed that mask, I then rolled in my First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Face Polish. I have not used this yet, but I have used a tube of this before, so I do know what I'm getting in with this. It's not really a mask, more as it's, somewhat of a scrub. So I am excited that that has been rolled in. There is one other item that we need to talk about. When I introduced my project in January, I said I had 6 items, but I only filmed 5. Well, this was the 6th one. That is my Yensa body bronzer. I've been using this on my face, and my goal was to use 5 grams. Was it 5 grams? 5 grams. When I brought it in, it weighed 66 grams. Today it weighs 49 grams, so I did my 5 grams and then some of that product. I thought it would take me a lot longer to hit 5 grams, but I guess. But since I hit my goal, I rolled in my Milk Matte Bronzer, and this is in the shade Baked. It is their deluxe size cream bronzer, and I really, really enjoy this bronzer. In fact, it's probably the best cream bronzer I have ever used, and I have quite a few cream bronzers that I really like, but I really like that one. I wrote this in today, so I haven't used it yet because I thought Yensa was going to be here for at least one more month, if not longer, so I was surprised. So I brought this in. It weighs 20 grams, so we will see how long it takes. Oh, I didn't tell you, my goal is to complete this. So I have used this a handful of times, maybe a little over a handful of times, but I haven't used it enough to, you know, have worn away a lot of the bronzer. So I basically have a full tube of Baked, and you don't use a whole lot because it's pretty pronounced. I found that if I use a stippling brush or a sponge, both ways work fairly well, but you only use just a little bit. Oh no, it's not going to go down for me anymore. Oh, okay, I pushed it down. So we won't be screwing it up again. I got it down, but I don't want to risk it breaking. So yes, we're going to go off of weight on the Milk bronzer since it wouldn't go back down. I don't want to screw this up. So those are the items that I completed and rolled in new items in its place since last update. Let's go over the other items I have active. I have my Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer by Ciate London, and I marked it about right there, and it looks to be about right there. I only use this a couple of times because I am panning quite a few primers. I didn't realize how many primers were active in my projects. So unfortunately, that did not get a whole lot of use. It did weigh 30 grams at the introduction, and it now weighs 22 grams. So I am making progress. I just thought it would be done this month. Next is my ColourPop Super Shock blush in Prenup. It is described as a mid-tone pink. My goal is to completely pan this. When I brought it in last month, it weighed 29 grams. It now weighs 22 grams. And the dip in the pan is much deeper than it was when I rolled it in. I use this every day, or at least every time I do my makeup, and I really like it. It's going to be here probably all year long for me to finish this up, since I use a stippling brush and it doesn't take a whole lot of product. But I think by next month I should be able to have pan on it, because it is getting quite deep, if you can see that. I'm trying to get it so you can see how deep it is. Next is my Jouer Skinny Dip lip gloss, and when I brought it in, it was right there. It is still right there, even though I have used this multiple times. It weighed 10 grams at last update, or at the introduction. It still weighs 10 grams. I don't like this. It is very opaque, and because it is extremely shimmery, it looks to me more like an eyeshadow than a lip gloss, and so I am not enjoying it. I do wear it, but obviously I'm not making a lot of progress on it. So my goal is to complete this, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. We'll see how it goes in the next month or two. I may roll it out at the quarterly refresh, but yeah. For how many times I've worn this, I was expecting it to at least move some. Not at all. And then the last item is my Super Shock eyeshadow. I worked on these all last year, and I'm doing the same. My goal is to hit pan This is So This Is Love, and obviously I have not hit pan yet. I do have it on my eyes today, but it wasn't quite the shade I wanted, so I put a different color on top of it. I really like So This Is Love. I just haven't worn makeup quite a bit in the past month, so that is why it hasn't received, a whole lot of love or gotten a whole lot of progress. So that is it for my hashtag Partners in Cream project. I did finish some. I did better than I thought I had, so that's good. When you're just kind of plugging along through the month and rotating items in, you're not quite sure where you're at until you sit down and look at your spreadsheet and go, oh, I'm doing better than I thought. So that was my moment of bliss today, is realizing I'm a little further along than I thought. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this update. Make sure you go check out DaLin and Steph, as well as all the others who are doing this. Please take good care, be safe, be smart, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.